Hi, welcome to Genesis Engineers Academy. In this video, let us discuss on the measurement of pressure devices. So first, let us discuss on types. So the major broad classification. First, manometers and mechanical gauges. These manometers uses glass tube. And here the mechanical elements are used. Under mechanical gauges, so there are so many items that I will discuss in the next coming video. So first, I wanted to concentrate on manometers. So the manometers can be classified as simple manometer and differential manometer. So simple manometer is one. So this is also a glass tube. In that one end of the glass tube is connected to the pipe. The other end is exposed to the atmosphere. That is a simple manometer. Whereas in a differential manometer, that gives us the direct difference of the pressure difference between 2 points. So that thing we use in Venturi meter and orifice meter. So let us go into the simple manometer. So in this video, I am discussing about piezometer and U-tube manometer and also differential manometer. So I will. Okay. So now we'll discuss about piezometer. Okay, so what is piezometer? So I will call you, that is one end of the manometer is connected to the point where pressure is to be measured and the other end is open to the atmosphere. So this is one end connected to the pipe and there is a restriction. This pipe should not protrude from the inner diameter of this pipe. So it must be aligned with the inner diameter. The other end is connected to the atmosphere. So the pressure acting on this fluid or liquid column is atmospheric pressure. Okay, so that you have to. And making use of this hydrostatic law, we are going to find the pressure. So hydrostatic law is to measure gauge pressure only. So now I wanted to know the pressure inside the pipe, that above the atmospheric pressure. So that can be called as positive gauge pressure or simply gauge pressure. What is hydrostatic law? The pressure is equal to gamma H, where gamma is the specific weight of the fluid flowing through the pipe and H is the piezometer. In this piezometer, so only this glass tube is piezometer. So this is pipe. This piezometer is connected or inserted into the pipe. Okay, so because of the pressure, so there is a rise in liquid column. So that I can call it as H. Now it is P is equal to gamma H, and it also gives the direct gauge pressure of the fluid. So we have not used the mercury here. So if mercury is used, you have to convert that mercury into the other fluid values. Okay. So next to, so this is another that is called pipe, and the flow is taking place inside the pipe, and there is a rise in pressure. Okay, so you can also, the same thing I can apply this one. Suppose if this height is suppose 16 centimeters like. So what is the pressure here? I wanted to explain to you that if this is water, so gamma of water is equal to 9810 kilonewton per meter cube. That is the specific weight of the water, and it is 16 centimeters. So you have to convert into meters. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, then 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 100. So like that you have to find out. So the pressure, that is, I am sorry, this is not kilo, it is Newton per meter cube. If it is kilo, you can directly, that is kilo Newton per meter cube into 0.16. Well, like that you have to calculate, but it gives you only gauge pressure, means above the atmospheric pressure. If you are asked about the absolute pressure, you have to simply add the atmospheric pressure. You understand? So this is the only gauge pressure that is above the atmospheric pressure. So the piezometers can measure gauge pressure only. That means only above the atmospheric pressure, only positive pressures. Okay, so this is not useful or suitable for measuring negative pressures. Okay, now I'll move on to U-tube manometer. So this will have the shape of the U-tube, that is why it is called U-tube manometer. So in this there are two types. One is to measure the positive pressure gauge. The other one is to connect, that is measure the negative pressure. Okay, so now, so this part, it consists of, it is just like a U, that is why it is called U-tube. Like piezometer, one end is connected to the pipe and the other one is connected to the, that is atmospheric pressure. So the pressure acting on this mercury is atmospheric. Okay, so now you are going to measure the pressure inside the tube, that is pipe. Okay, so this is pipe and this is U-tube manometer. Okay, now so the mercury column rises up. You might have observed this one. So because of the pressure of the fluid inside the pipe pushed this mercury, and this mercury level is raised. Why? Here the pressure is atmospheric pressure. If the pressure, that is called absolute pressure, P absolute, is above this P atmospheric, then only it moves up. That means P absolute means P atmospheric plus gamma H. Got my point? So this is this one. So this plus means it is more than the atmospheric. If this is there, then only in the right side we are having only atmospheric pressure. So this is probably or correctly, this is more than atmospheric. Got it? So that is why it is able to push the mercury down and in turn raises the mercury to the upside. So that is the only principle. But here you have to have one thing. How do you calculate this one? Okay, this is but how much it has been raised. That I will explain in the next slide. That is, you have to remember one thing. You must be able to by this time able to recognize what is absolute, what is atmospheric, what is gauge pressure. So you must observe that atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure, since we are measuring gauge pressure, and this we can call this as absolute pressure. If this total pressure or also absolute pressure is more than the atmospheric, then only that. If here this pressure is atmospheric, you suppose that, and here this pressure is atmospheric. Okay. Now this and this is equals. This equals this external pressure. Okay. Then there will be no rise in the mercury column. So you can also call this as the left limb, and this part is called right limb. You understand? So this is limb. Okay. So now we now concentrate on the formation of the equation. That is very important. Now here, so the liquid column is able to push the mercury, that is and here the liquid column is H1, and it has been raised to the H2. Here you might have noticed that I have given the reference. This is called datum line. Datum line, that means it is reference line. So reference must be same for all. So from this reference line, what is the column of the that is called liquid, or otherwise water line. Okay, so from this, what is the mercury height? Now to apply this equation, I can call what is that? H1 is the liquid. We are going to find out the pressure of this liquid flowing. So that is H1. H2 is the mercury. S1 is the specific gravity of the liquid flowing, and rho1 is the density of the liquid, and S2 is the specific gravity of the heavy liquid, that is called mercury, and density of the liquid, that is rho2. Okay. Now I have given one equation. How did you get that? So specific gravity is equal to rho of any liquid by rho of water. Now from this equation, rho of any liquid is equal to its specific weight, specific gravity, and rho of water. So you have to simply multiply with density with specific gravity. You are going to get the density. If you wanted to know specific weight, you simply multiply with the specific weight of water. Okay, so to the specific gravity. Okay, so what is the specific gravity? You can also have that one. Okay, next one is, I will explain how to measure this. First thing you have to learn, select the datum line, from where you can divide different parts of the liquid column. As I said, this part is called left limb, this part is called right limb. So now I will deviate with this red mark line. So this left side, this is called left limb, and this is called right limb. Okay, so from this, left limb must be equal to right limb in order to have the equilibrium. Okay, so now I will apply. I am going to this one. So to this, you can also take this one. So you can omit this downward part. Okay, so you can take the only upper part. Why? Because if you wanted to calculate, you can also add up, and this equals, so they are gets cancelled. So that is why you have to take the datum line. In this case, I have taken the datum line here. or a positive pressure gets just after the liquid column of the liquid column flowing through the pipe. Okay. Now I have to use the pressure to the left, and means left is equal to right to keep that in equilibrium. Otherwise there will be some these thing wrong measures. Right. Taking the datum line and vertical line. Okay. Now, so this is the gauge pressure of this one. This is PA of the pipe. You got my point? This and this extra amount is this one. So, pressure P is equal to gamma H, we know as per hydrostatic law, and gamma is equal to rho G. That is why I have used rho GH. So, P can be called as rho GH. So, now this is the rho 1 density of the liquid G H1. So, this is left. You have to take the pressure of this one also. So, this total I can call that as this one. What is that? Absolute pressure inside the pipe. So, this part is that is called gauge pressure. And here I have used is equal to, and the right part here only this one. As I said earlier, below the datum line you can omit. So, from this you can calculate this. So, the pressure inside, that is the gauge pressure inside the pipe is this. But this is in terms of, this pressure is in terms of mercury. Got my point? This is in terms of mercury. So, 760 mm of mercury is equal to 13.33, or you can omit also. So, 13.33 meters of water. Okay. So, if you get anything, and you have to convert into that. So, that I will explain in the coming videos. Okay. So, this is about negative pressure case. That means this atmospheric pressure acts here. This is atmospheric pressure. Now, here the pressure is, that is PA. So, this pressure or total pressure is less than that. Then only it is able to push that one. It is able to push that one. So, that you have to take. See, observation. So, I will take up this one. You can understand clearly. So, that here I have taken datum A to the right side now. In the previous case, I have taken here. Now, dividing this left U-tube into left and right. You got my point? So, this is left and right. So, right above the datum line, nothing is there. But in the left, we have 3. This is PA, and this is gamma H1, this is gamma H2, or otherwise rho G H1, or otherwise rho 1 G H1, rho 2 G H2. So, that is, so this left part is left limb readings, and this is PA, and the right part nothing is there. Since there is nothing is there. So, this has pushed the here mercury column, so that pressure will be less of that one. You got my point? So, you must be able to. I can write also like this, that is PA gamma 1 H1 plus gamma 2 H2 is left part, and it is 0, it is the right part. So, from these examples, you might have observed that you have to take these heights from the datum line, and also using this left and right to bring it to the equilibrium, or thinking that it is equilibrium, or for the equilibrium left must be equal to right. So it is these are used for low range pressure measurements. So if the pressure is more than that heavy of that one, so then the liquid that is mercury will flow out. Why? Because this is open to the atmosphere. So open end. So if the pressures are more, then you cannot measure any value of the pressure of the fluid flowing through this pipe. So that is why low range pressure measurements only. And we use these thing in orifice meter, venturi meter also, and some other things also. And it is also used for the calibration of gauges. This is mainly for that one. What is that? These things are applicable for all the tubes. So here this is one thing that is called calibration of the gauges. So you can take the reference of this one to judge whether the other devices are giving good results or not. That we call it as a calibration. How much caliber you are having. So this caliber is guaranteed, and this gives the accurate value only for low range of pressures. And this can be employed for anything. If more and more pressure has to be increased, this column height must be increased like anything, and meters of meters. But we cannot provide all these things. That is why our measurement is restricted to low pressures only. Next thing is differential manometer. So what is meant by differential manometer? So it gives the difference of 2 points, the pressures between 2 points. So that you are doing. So this differential manometer, here we don't open the other end. One is connected to that is a pipe. That happens only with the simple U-tube manometer, but it is U-tube differential U-tube manometer. How do you recognize differential U-tube manometer? So the both ends are connected to the pipe, and you can also connect it with the single pipe between 2 points, like nozzle, like that also. So what is the pressure here? What is the pressure here? So you can connect like that also. So this may be, and this and this. If you connected this one, and there is a connected like pipe or otherwise a valve like, you understand? So whether a drop in pressure is there or not. So that is also useful to find out whether there is a loss in pressure or not with the differential manometer only. Okay, so one end of the differential U-tube manometer is connected to the pipe A, and this is connected to the pipe B. So what would happen to that? So this is how the mercury rises. So the mercury column rises here towards this one. Why? Because so you can observe that so the pressure inside the A pipe is more than this pipe. That is why it is moving. If this pressure is more, this column, this part will move up, this column will come down. So that difference you can observe from this diagram. You got my point? So this is all. But here, nothing is there. Only difference of the pressure is enough. Though only it gives the difference in pressure. So this height is enough to calculate. So you can simply calculate that. Okay. So if you want, you can also use left and right concept of that one. So you take the datum line here, and you take the mercury, and from the center of the pipe you take the water. From this you take this, and you can also apply like that one. But also as it is difference, it gives the difference value, you can get the difference of those. Okay, so I will explain clearly with this example and you observe this. So this is a Venturi meter. So you have studied. So this is a Venturi meter and the pipe flow is taking place from the pipe, and this Venturi is connected to the two ends of the pipe. Okay, because of this, so the liquid may go down or otherwise stays there only. So what is that happened? So this has come down. Why? Because so there is a change in geometry. That is why here through the pressure is less. Why? Because the velocity is more as per Bernoulli's principle. Okay, so we will now calculate what is what. You got my point? So this I take the as a datum line, and from this this is the difference in this. That is, I now take this as x because this is the fluid. You may take this as the water, and as the black color indicates the mercury, this is the mercury. Now how do you find out that is the H, to find out the pressure or anything? Okay, now what is H? H is equal to x into specific gravity of the heavy liquid, that is mercury, specific gravity of the water minus 1. This is the formula you can find out. You got my point? So now what is this is the difference of pressures. So here less pressure and more pressure. So that gives the difference. So here x is equal to that. So you are now converting mercury terms to of fluid, here in this case water. Okay, so you are converting from this mercury in terms of mercury into in terms of water. So this is the formula. If in some cases we may use alcohol instead of mercury, in that case it is simply x into that is specific gravity of alcohol by specific gravity of water minus 1. Okay, so this is manometric fluid specific gravity, and this is the water, that is fluid flow. If oil is there, then you have to use this x into, that is mercury is used, then it is oil minus 1. Okay, so the numerator is manometer fluid. We can call that as manometer fluid. That is the fluid in the manometer, and this is the fluid flowing through the pipe. That is the thing. I think you got my point. So this is a differential U-tube manometer, and also I will also explain with the example. So if this is 10 centimeters like, then H is equal to x into, that is 10 centimeter, and we will convert into meters, and we have used the mercury, then it is 13.6, and specific I take this as the water, and the specific gravity of water is 1 and minus 1. So then it is 10, that is 0.1 into 12.6, 13.6 minus 1. So eventually you will get that is 12.6. So this is the H in terms of water. If any oil is there, that will be oil. So that has to be used to find out the that is critical discharge in venturi meter or fish meter, wherever you can find out the difference of pressure. Here you don't need any left limb, right limb calculations. You can directly get the difference of pressure, and that you have to treat that as X, convert it into meters, and this is the manometer fluid. Here in this case it is mercury by specific gravity of fluid flowing. In this case we have used water -1. Okay, so if alcohol is used, petrol is used, whatever it is. Okay, so same fluid should not be used in this way. And this is what you call inverted U-tube manometer. Inverted means U is inverted. That is why it is called inverted U-tube differential manometer. You got my point? So this is that. So from this animation, you could also find that PA is greater than P. Okay, so why it is differential? So both the ends of the U-tube manometer is connected to the same pipe to at different points, or two different pipes. So this is also, these U-tube manometer or simple manometers are used for what you call mainly for measuring low pressures, only in terms of 1 bar, 2 bar, like that. So hundreds of bar, so it cannot sustain. We cannot provide that much of high, that is height limbs for U-tube manometer. I hope you understood well, and I will come up with other video and the rest of things. So you can also, this is for your assignment. So I have also given, no, it's not an assignment, just observe. So that here I have to take this one. So if you calculate that, you can also get, just now I have told you, but this is inverted, you can apply, you can simply say that that point, that is H is there. And why? Because I have taken this one. So in this some fluid is going like petrol, and here diesel is going. In this case we cannot take the H directly. If the same fluid is there, then we can also have that. Okay, so that is, please go through it till the end and repeat the same thing. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to press the like button. It is very important and useful to me. Share among your friends studying in different colleges, and you can comment, you can leave comment so that I could understand your feelings.